Alright, day 2. Now what are we going to cover? We're going to talk about, yesterday we talked about the 3 C's, cash flow, capital gains, capital improvement. Now we're talking about capacity and commitment. That makes up the 5 C's of the fundamentals of property investing, what you need to know as you're going and as you're getting started. Now capacity relates to how much money you can borrow, because property investing revolves around your leverage and around access to finance basically. If you can't borrow from the bank, can you borrow from a non-bank lender or a specialist mortgage lender? And if those options aren't available, can you work with your family, with your friends, with private investors? And so what you really need to do, if you haven't already done it, is figure out what's your capacity for borrowing. Now, if you go on to mortgagehq.co.nz/profile and fill in those details, take you about 10 minutes and we'll get you a spreadsheet. You can talk to your bank, talk to a few different banks. If you don't know how much you can borrow, then there's no point in looking at what properties to buy. You need to know if you've got $1 million budget that you can work under it, and if your budget is only $200-300K to purchase another property, then you might need to start looking at joint venture or partnership options which leverage off your skills of finding a good property. Or if you can't find a good property, maybe you're in a strong financial position but you're not in a position to find property. That's what takes us to the second topic of today, is commitment. Now, have you set your goal for property investing? For your financial freedom, have you set your goal yet? Because if you haven't got a goal, it's really hard to stay focused, it's hard to put in time and to stay motivated each day as distractions roll in. And it's especially hard if you're in a family relationship or you've got a partner and that person is not on the same page as you. Now, it's really key that if you're in a romantic relationship or you're investing in a friendship or family, that you guys are on the same page. It's really important, if you want to buy 10 properties, that they understand that it's not just a casual approach, and that when the time comes and you find the right property, that they're actually not willing to take that big step and you are, because that'll just blows your plans apart. So commitment relates to your time commitment. Are you putting things in your diary each week? If this goal of finding a good property investment is important to you, have you scheduled it? Are you spending 10 minutes a day? Are you spending 10 minutes a week? Are you spending 5 hours on a Saturday? Savings. Is your savings rate in line with what you're saying your financial goals are? Are you willing to execute? Are you looking at listings every day? Are you talking to agents? Are you making offers? A lot of people say they're serious about property investing, they might get pre-approved, but 3, 6, 9 months rolls around and they haven't made any offers on properties. Now, offers are not unconditional. You can put conditional offers in. There's no cost, there's no risk. You can go to an agent, offer your number, and if it gets declined, then great. If it gets accepted, then you can do the work. And are you committed through your knowledge? Now, there is such thing as acquiring too much knowledge and not taking action, but a lot of the time execution or a lack of execution is because you don't have confidence or clarity around what to do and when, and that's one of the reasons that you're doing the 21 days course. So step 1, if you haven't already, find out your borrowing power. Step 2, if you haven't already, make sure the people that are involved with your property investing understand your goals. And if you need an accountability partner, you can look at the Property Formula Workshop. There's an accountability group, and every Saturday they meet and go over case studies. Otherwise, if you're working with a mortgage advisor, and especially if you've got a pre-approval, it will give you a lot more feeling like you've got to get something done. One last thing before we go about commitment is the most important thing to remember is that there's probably going to be a big element of sacrifice involved in this. It's not like you're going to get to 10 properties producing 300 or 400K of income for life without some sacrifice. The more that you save at the early stage, even when you're getting into the later stages, the higher surplus income you can put aside for property investing and for capital improvement, the more likely you are to reach your financial goals. So, make sure your partner's on the same page. If you guys are arguing about whether you should go out and spend a couple $100 on a nice dinner out, or whether you should make your own or order in at a fraction of the cost. So if you've got any questions about commitment or capacity, let me know in the comments below.